Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. In the vast tapestry of human emotions, there's one that stands out for its complexity and depth: angst. Introduced by the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, the term angst refers to a specific kind of anxiety, one that is existential in nature. But what does that mean? Concept of angst. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a vast ocean. The waves crash against the shore, and the horizon stretches out, seemingly endless. You feel a mix of emotions: awe at the beauty before you, fear of the vastness and the unknown depths, and perhaps a sense of insignificance in the face of such grandeur. This cocktail of feelings, this mix of fear, wonder, and uncertainty, is akin to what Kierkegaard described as angst. But it's essential to differentiate between angst and the kind of anxiety one might feel before an exam or a significant event. While the latter is tied to specific circumstances or outcomes, angst is more profound. It's not about a particular situation but rather a response to the very nature of existence itself. It's the feeling that arises when we confront the unknowns in our life, the vast possibilities, and the uncertainties that come with being alive. For instance, think about the significant decisions you've made in your life. Choosing a college, deciding on a career, or even picking a place to live. With each choice, there's a multitude of options, each leading to a different path, a different life. The weight of these decisions, the sheer magnitude of the possibilities, can be overwhelming. That feeling of being overwhelmed, of standing at the crossroads of life uncertain of which path to take, is a taste of existential angst. Kierkegaard believed that this feeling wasn't something to be shunned or feared. Instead, it's a natural part of the human experience. It's a sign that we're grappling with the big questions, that we're engaged in the profound act of living. And while it might be uncomfortable, it's also a catalyst for growth, introspection, and understanding. Existential reality. Life is a journey, and like all journeys, it's filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, and a myriad of choices at every corner. From the moment we take our first breath, we're thrust into a world that's vast, unpredictable, and filled with endless possibilities. This is the essence of our existential reality. Imagine being a child in a colossal toy store. Each aisle presents a new set of toys, games, and adventures waiting to be explored. The excitement is palpable, but so is the overwhelming feeling of not knowing where to start or which toy to pick. Life, in many ways, mirrors this scenario. We're surrounded by a plethora of opportunities, choices, and paths. Each decision we make opens some doors and closes others, leading us down a unique journey that's distinctly our own. But with this vastness comes a sense of unease. The sheer magnitude of existence, the countless situations we face, and the myriad choices we must make can be daunting. It's like standing at the edge of a vast canyon, marveling at its beauty but also acutely aware of the depth and the chasm below. This feeling, this mix of wonder and trepidation, is a fundamental part of our existential reality. Kierkegaard, in his writings, touched upon this aspect of human existence. He believed that the unease we feel, the existential angst, stems from our confrontation with the vastness of existence and the responsibilities that come with it. Every choice we make, every path we take, carries with it a set of responsibilities and consequences. And while this can be overwhelming, it's also what makes life meaningful. For instance, consider the decision to pursue a particular career. It's not just about earning a living, it's about finding purpose, passion, and fulfillment. The weight of this decision, the responsibility of shaping one's future, is a testament to the depth and complexity of our existential reality. In essence, our existential reality is a tapestry of experiences, choices, and emotions. It's what gives life depth, meaning, and purpose. And while it can be overwhelming at times, it's also what makes life worth living. Anxiety, freedom, and responsibility. Freedom is a double-edged sword. On one side, it offers us the ability to make choices, to carve out our own paths, and to shape our destinies. On the other side, it brings with it the weight of responsibility, the understanding that every choice has consequences, and the realization that we are the architects of our own futures. This intricate dance between freedom and responsibility is where anxiety often finds its roots. Søren Kierkegaard, in his exploration of human existence, delved deep into this relationship. He posited that the very freedom we cherish is also the source of our existential anxiety. Think about it for a moment. When faced with a significant decision, say choosing a career or deciding to start a family, the possibilities are endless. We have the freedom to choose, to decide which path to take. But with that freedom comes the understanding that we are responsible for the outcome of that choice. It's this realization, this weight of responsibility, that can lead to feelings of anxiety. For example, imagine standing at a crossroads. Each road leads to a different destination, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. The freedom to choose which path to take is exhilarating. But it's also daunting. What if you make the wrong choice? What if the path you choose is more challenging than you anticipated? What if you miss out on the rewards of the other paths? These questions, these uncertainties, are the seeds of anxiety. But Kierkegaard believed that this anxiety, while uncomfortable, is also a powerful motivator. It pushes us to reflect, to evaluate our choices, and to seek deeper understanding. It's a reminder of the significance of our decisions and the impact they have on our lives. Furthermore, Kierkegaard emphasized that while we have the freedom to make decisions, we also have the responsibility to bear the consequences, whether good or bad. This responsibility, he believed, is what gives our choices meaning. It's what adds depth and significance to our lives. In essence, anxiety, freedom, and responsibility are intricately linked. They are the threads that weave the tapestry of our existence, adding depth, color, and texture to the story of our lives. Confronting anxiety. Life is filled with moments that challenge us, push us out of our comfort zones, and force us to confront our deepest fears. These moments, while daunting, are also opportunities for growth, introspection, and self-discovery. Søren Kierkegaard, in his philosophical explorations, emphasized the importance of confronting anxiety head-on and using it as a compass for personal growth. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, looking down at the water below. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and a sense of dread fills you. This is anxiety in its rawest form. But it's also an opportunity. Do you take the leap, embrace the fear, and dive into the unknown? Or do you step back, let the anxiety win, and retreat to the safety of the familiar? Kierkegaard believed that succumbing to anxiety leads to despair. It's a surrender to fear, a refusal to face the challenges that life presents. On the other hand, confronting anxiety, embracing it, and using it as a tool for self-exploration allows for transcendence. It's a journey from fear to understanding, from uncertainty to clarity. For instance, consider the challenges we face in our daily lives. Whether it's giving a presentation at work, going on a first date, or moving to a new city, these situations provoke anxiety. But they're also opportunities to learn, grow, and discover more about ourselves. By facing these challenges head-on, by confronting the anxiety they provoke, we not only overcome our fears but also gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we're capable of. Kierkegaard's philosophy encourages us to see anxiety not as an enemy but as a guide. It's a reminder that life is filled with challenges, but it's also filled with opportunities. By confronting anxiety, by facing our fears, and by embracing the unknown, we can lead more fulfilled, authentic, and meaningful lives. Pursuit of subjective truth. In a world filled with information, opinions, and perspectives, finding one's own truth can be a daunting task. But for Søren Kierkegaard, the pursuit of truth was not about seeking objective facts or universal truths. Instead, he emphasized the importance of subjective truth, a truth that holds personal significance and resonates deeply with an individual's inner self. Subjective truth is deeply personal. It's not about what the world tells you is right or wrong, true or false. It's about what resonates with you, what aligns with your values, beliefs, and experiences. It's a truth that is felt deeply within the heart and soul. Imagine listening to a piece of music. While one person might find it deeply moving and profound, another might find it mundane or even jarring. The music hasn't changed, but the experience of it, the truth it holds, is different for each listener. This is the essence of subjective truth. Kierkegaard introduced the concept of passion as a means to navigate and transcend the anxieties and uncertainties of life. Passion, in this context, is not just a strong emotion or desire. It's a deep-seated commitment to pursuing what holds personal meaning, even in the face of doubt or opposition. It's about following one's heart and intuition, even when the world might be pointing in a different direction. For Kierkegaard, the pursuit of subjective truth was a journey of self-discovery. It was about understanding oneself, one's desires, fears, and aspirations. It was about finding meaning and purpose in a world filled with chaos and uncertainty. In our daily lives, we are often pulled in different directions by societal expectations, peer pressure, and the noise of the world around us. But by tuning into our inner selves, by listening to our hearts, and by pursuing our passions, we can find our own subjective truth. It's a truth that empowers, enlightens, and guides us towards a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Dangers of conformity. In a world that often values uniformity and adherence to norms, the allure of conformity can be strong. It promises acceptance, a sense of belonging, and the comfort of being part of the majority. But Søren Kierkegaard, with his keen insights into human nature, warned against the dangers of such conformity. He believed that by blindly following societal norms, we risk losing touch with our true selves and stifling our individuality. Conformity, at its core, is about fitting in, about adhering to the expectations and standards set by society. It's about wearing the right clothes, pursuing the right career, and living life according to a prescribed script. But while this might offer a sense of security and acceptance, it comes at a cost. Kierkegaard argued that when we conform, we suppress our individual desires, passions, and beliefs. We trade authenticity for acceptance, individuality for belonging. In doing so, we risk losing touch with who we truly are, with our unique perspectives, experiences, and aspirations. Imagine a world where every song sounds the same, where every painting looks identical, and where every story tells the same tale. Such a world, devoid of diversity and creativity, would be dull and monotonous. Similarly, when we conform, we rob the world of our unique voice, our distinct flavor, and our individual spark. But Kierkegaard's critique of conformity went deeper. He believed that by conforming, we also stifle our personal growth and self-discovery. Instead of exploring our passions, confronting our fears, and seeking our own subjective truths, we settle for a life that's been charted out for us. We become passengers in our own lives, letting society dictate our path. Kierkegaard's philosophy encourages introspection, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. He advocates for breaking free from the shackles of conformity, for daring to be different, and for seeking a life that's true to oneself. In doing so, he argues, we not only enrich our own lives but also contribute to the richness and diversity of the world around us. Kierkegaard's philosophy on embracing anxiety and driving towards greatness. Søren Kierkegaard's insights into human existence, anxiety, and personal truth have left an indelible mark on the world of philosophy. But beyond the academic discussions and intellectual debates, Kierkegaard's teachings hold profound implications for our everyday lives. At the heart of his philosophy is the idea that embracing anxiety, rather than shying away from it, can be a driving force towards greatness and self-actualization. Anxiety, as Kierkegaard posits, is an inevitable part of the human experience. It arises from the vastness of existence, the myriad choices we face, and the weight of responsibility that comes with freedom. But rather than viewing anxiety as a negative force, Kierkegaard encourages us to see it as an opportunity. By confronting our anxieties, by delving deep into our fears and uncertainties, we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We begin to understand our desires, our passions, and our purpose. We gain insights into our strengths and weaknesses, our hopes and dreams. And in doing so, we find the motivation and drive to pursue what truly matters to us. Kierkegaard's philosophy also warns against the dangers of conformity and the allure of societal norms. He believed that by blindly following the crowd, we risk losing touch with our true selves. Instead, he advocates for the pursuit of subjective truth, for following our hearts, and for seeking personal meaning. By taking leaps of faith into what holds personal significance, by daring to be different, and by embracing our anxieties, we can lead more fulfilled and authentic lives. We can rise above the noise and chaos of the world and chart our own unique path. And in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but also make a positive impact on the world around us. In essence, Kierkegaard's philosophy is a call to action. It's an invitation to embrace our anxieties, to confront our fears, and to drive towards greatness. It's a reminder that life is short, that every moment is precious, and that we have the power to shape our destinies.